Hello, you beautiful human. Thank you for joining me on your mat today. My name is Leah, and I am back in the gradient space in Thomas, West Virginia. It is currently snowing so hard right now, and I'm pretty chilly. So we're going to keep this really short and quick, and we're going to bust out some ab workouts. So if you're ready, let's get started. And we're going to begin in child's pose. So your shins are down on the mat, your hips are back on your heels, your forehead is on the mat. Bring your focus to your breath. Take 3 deep breaths. So inhaling, fill up your lungs, and exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, let it go a little bit slower. One last time. Inhale, feel your chest rise. Exhale, push all the air out. On your inhale, come up onto all fours, like a kid about to crawl. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, round your spine. Inhale, your belly drops low, your head lifts high, your chest opens. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, pull your belly in, everything closes. One last time. Inhale, stretch your abdominals. Exhale, engage them, pull everything in. Come to a neutral spine. You're going to keep your hips over your knees as you walk. Your hands forward, drop your chest down, puppy dog pose. Feel the stretch in your shoulders and your back. Lift your tailbone up to the sky. And then from here, you're going to shift your pelvis forward, lower it all the way down. Lift your head and your chest, Sphinx Pose, with your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Feel the nice arch in your back. Your hands are in line with your elbows. From here, you're going to tuck your toes. Your knees come off the mat last, so you pull your belly in to protect your low back, lift your pelvis up, and when you're ready, you lift your knees up off the mat into a plank pose. Press up out of your shoulders so the space in between your shoulder blades domes up. Press your heels to the back of the mat so you feel a nice stretch in your calves. Look down at the mat so you're not straining your neck. Your fingers are spread nice and wide, and you're taking weight into both hands and elbows evenly. Lift your knees up off the ground a little bit higher. Continue to breathe. And then lower your knees back down, lower everything back down, come into Sphinx Pose once more. Now, if Sphinx Pose is not enough of a resting pose for you, you can lower all the way down. Elbows come out to the sides, bent to 90 degrees. Rest one side of your face on the mat. And then whenever you're ready, you can come back into that Sphinx Pose. Tuck your toes. Lift your belly up first, then your pelvis. Once you're engaged, lift your knees up off the mat. Find that plank pose. From here, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to dip your left hip down. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, right hip down. Inhale, center. Flow with your own breath. Inhale, come back to center, and as you exhale, lower your pelvis down, Sphinx Pose. Lifting your chest up so you feel the great stretch in your upper abs. Creating some space and length in between your shoulders and your ears. If you are holding any tension in your neck in that plank pose, this is a good time to let go. Maybe you lower all the way down, elbows come out to the sides, and you turn your face to the other side. Turn your face back to the center. Arms go back along your sides, palms down. As you inhale, lift your head and your chest, lift your feet up. Maybe you lift your arms up. If it's comfortable, you can bend your knees, reach your heels towards your glutes, and then reach back with your hands to see if you can grab your feet, your shins, or your ankles. If you have a hold of something, kick your legs back. As you exhale, slowly release, hands come underneath your shoulders. Press your hips back onto your heels, child's pose. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale, see if it's possible to expand your lungs a little bit more. And as you exhale, see if you can release a little bit slower. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, come up onto all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. From here, you're going to take your right toes to the back of the mat, lift them as high as you'd like, but try to stay around hip height. From here, left hand reaches out in front of you, thumb up. Now you can hang out right here, or you can inhale, lift, and exhale, bring your knee and elbow to touch underneath. Inhale to reach, exhale to crunch. Flowing with your own breath, moving at your own pace, taking rests whenever you need them. Remembering not to move too quick, because when you move fast, you get into this flow and you don't use as many muscles. But when you're slow and controlled, everything needs to be engaged. Remember to press up out of that right shoulder so you're not sinking down in. Remember to press into all 5 of those right fingers so you're not leaning onto the heel of your hand or the bottom of your wrist. Inhale to reach. Exhale, set it all down. And we'll get the other side. So left toes to the back of the mat. Lift them as high as you'd like. Right hand out in front of you, thumb up like you're going to shake someone's hand. Decide if you want to stay here or inhale, and as you exhale, crunch. Inhale to reach. Exhale to pull in. Inhale for length. Exhale to close. Reaching back through your heel, reaching forward through your fingertips. Engaging your glutes with the inhale, letting them stretch with the exhale. Looking down at the mat so you're not straining your neck. Inhale to reach and then exhale, set it all down. From here, inhale, lift your head, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, round your spine. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then come up to a neutral spine. Take your toes to the back of the mat. You're in a high plank. If this is too much, you can always pop down to that forearm plank. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to come onto the left pinky side of your left foot. Hip dips to the left. Inhale to middle. Exhale to the right. Follow your own flow. It's okay if you're shaking. It's okay if this is difficult. It's not okay if it's painful. If you are in physical pain, you need to drop your knees down. You need to come onto your forearms. You need to modify in some way or another. Or maybe you just need to stop and rest. Whew, all right, press your hips back into a downward facing dog. Step your feet about hips width apart. Ground your heels down. Relax your head, relax your neck. Lifting your tailbone up to the sky. Take one more deep breath in, and then on your exhale, you're going to drop your knees down to the mat. Come up to standing on your knees. So your hips or your shoulders are over your hips, which are over your knees. You can roll your neck around, you can roll your wrists around, whatever you need. Maybe your shoulders are feeling a little tight here and you want to interlace your fingers at the small of your back or grab opposite forearms and pull your shoulder blades together. And then from here, you're going to bring your hands to the small of your back like you're sliding them into some pockets on some blue jeans. Press your elbows together, and you're going to press your hips forward as you drop your head back into camel pose. Feel the stretch here in your lower belly. On your inhale, come all the way up. You're going to cross your ankles, roll over them. Come to a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Rest your hands on your legs. Again, maybe you just do a few neck rolls. Bring your focus back to your breath if you've lost it. All right, whenever you're ready, you're going to roll all the way down onto your back. Squeeze your knees into your chest. And we're going to start from here. If at any point it becomes too much, you can always come back to here. Bring your fingertips to touch your ears. You're not holding onto your head with your hands because you don't want to overforce your neck. You're just gently resting your fingertips there. Bring your knees over your hips. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, left elbow to right knee, left leg extends. Inhale to center. Exhale, right elbow to left knee, right leg extends. Inhale, center. Flow with your own breath. Remember to use the entire inhale to come back to center and the entire exhale to touch your elbow to your knee. The entire inhale to come back and the entire exhale to extend that leg.
So you're moving slow and with control. Again, it's okay if you're shaky. It's okay if this is difficult. Sometimes it's necessary to do difficult things, and that's how we move forward. Come back to center. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Release your head to the mat. You can roll from side to side if you want to massage your spine. Soles of the feet come to the mat, close to your sit bones. Hands are flat on the mat. Lift your hips up. If you are not feeling a stretch in your abs here, you can lift your heels up and walk your feet a little bit closer in so that you can lift your hips up a little bit higher and hopefully feel that stretch. Drop your hips low. Bring your knees back into your chest. Starting from here. Remember, you can come back to here. Hands are down by your sides. Lift your feet up to the sky. You want your knees over your hips and your legs extended as much as it is possible for you. So you don't need to get your feet over your hips. It doesn't really matter. Maybe your hamstrings are tight and you can't go there. But knees over hips. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to reach up and imagine that there is a rope in front of you. And you're going to reach for it. Then you're going to lift your head and your chest. You're going to reach up with that left hand a little bit higher, and then your right hand a little bit higher, and your left hand a little bit higher. And you're just going to keep reaching and pulling yourself up 1 inch at a time. Continue to breathe. Whew, I am shaking. Alright, and lower down. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Roll side to side. Soles of the feet come to the mat. You're going to drop your knees to the left so that your right hip stacks on top. Bring your hands to touch and reach them to the front of the mat. Then you're going to lift your head up and imagine that your hands are a saw and you are just sawing through a log. Continue to breathe. Keeping that right hip stacked on top. Lower down. Relax your arms wherever it's comfortable. On your inhale, you're going to come up to center. And as you exhale, drop your knees to the right. Your left hip is going to stack on top. Bring your hands to touch. Reach them to the front of the mat. Lift your head and your chest and imagine that you are sawing through. And gently release. So from here, you're going to keep your right knee where it is. Left knee lifts up to center and over to the left. So you're ending in Supta Baddha Konasana, or a reclined cobbler pose. You can rest your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart if you'd like. very gentle back bend. All right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that you are a good kind of sore tomorrow. I know I sure will be. And if you enjoyed this practice, I ask that you donate what you can. I believe that wellness should be accessible to everyone, not just those who can afford it, but my time should still be valued. So you can search Wilderness Vibe or the Wild Child Yogi on PayPal or Venmo. There's also a link on my website, super easy to find.